Jamie Erdahl from the NFL Network's Good Morning Football talking about which of the teams that are not leading their division could make deep playoff runs this year.
We know the NBC executives are waiting to see which game, Week 18, is going to be the win and in. It could be that Bengals-Browns game. It's a battle of the backup quarterbacks with Jake Browning, and I go with Joe Flacco, another quarterback that has done the confetti test because we've seen it. Just wasn't with the Browns. It was in Super Bowl 47 with the Baltimore Ravens. The Ravens clinched their division that season in mid-December. They host their first playoff game at home, and then they have to go on the road. It eventually becomes the Harbaugh Bowl that we know it as in the 2012 postseason, that game being played in New Orleans. And Joe Flacco was the Super Bowl MVP. He was a Super Bowl champion, and he had the fourth most passing yards ever that 2012 postseason with over 1,100. Joe Flacco knows how to do this. Just get him there. Now, whether or not, and we know what the defense can do. We know what he's trying to piece together. Kevin Stefanski, has he won back-to-back Coach of the Week honors, Peter?
I will give it to him. As long as they've got this unit out there winning games, he will get it every week.
Okay, so Kevin Stefanski is making magic out of it, too. So the Browns, they could come running, but the fact that in the AFC North we have seen struggle upon injury struggle, we could see a Bengals-Browns win and in Week 18, which would be electric.
Jeff, I don't know about you, but I think they're going to be in before Week 18. They may be playing for the division title. Ravens have the 49ers and the Dolphins the next 2 weeks. They lose those, we'll see.
If you look at the scenario if the Browns were to win out and what it would take for them to actually get the number one seed, it's not ludicrous. Is it crazy? It's probably crazy because we're talking about the Cleveland Browns, yes. But I would think that it could play out. It's certainly you have to control your own destiny and win the final three, which right now I feel pretty darn confident. I think that the Browns would be able to win out here over the next few weeks. As far as Week 18, Browns, Bengals winning in, I think that's a little talk, maybe trying to hedge your bets because, everybody thought Cincinnati was going to be a lot better this year. Of course, they did struggle early, but they were starting to right the ship before Joe Burrow went down. I don't necessarily see that. I think the Browns should probably have this maybe wrapped up by the time they get to Cincinnati because I'm not sure necessarily where the difficult game is for the Cleveland Browns, and more so that there is this attrition. These other teams got to play each other, and the Browns with that one-game lead right now, that's a huge, huge thing for them to work with. And when we all talked, when the schedule was first released or when we talked, as the winning streak and the wins started to pile up, this was the sweet spot for the Browns, was the closing part of the schedule. Granted, C.J. Stroud and the Texans played better than we thought. Doesn't look like we're going to see C.J. Stroud. That Thursday night game, maybe it's Zach Wilson. Maybe it's somebody else. Who knows?
Trevor Siemian.
And then, of course, the Cincinnati Bengals. The Browns always played the Bengals. Who knows, though, with the Jets? Who knows who could be the quarterback? We still got to give another week here, Dave. You never know. And then, of course, they always play the Bengals significantly well. And that's, not discounting. They've always played well against the Bengals with Joe Burrow. Me personally, I like to get these games in during the daytime, and I like to be wrapped up and sitting down by Sunday Night Football so that I can fall asleep a little. We're all getting old. I think it's a nice theory. I just don't think it's going to work out that way. Plus, I think that game probably is going to end up more probably as an NFC game because you have basically the top three teams in the NFC, and then nobody knows what's going on after that.